Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ever how this finds you. My name is Chris. I am student pastor at Deer Meadows Baptist Church right here in Jacksonville, Florida. And while a couple of crazy weeks that we have had as the church has been really spread apart, separated from each other in crazy ways, and it's really hard to even have the words to describe how that feels, and I'm not really sure how that feels for you. I know how it feels for me. I know that I am at a point, just being transparent with you, I am missing seeing people and human beings, and I do miss my friends here in Florida. I missing my friends in North Carolina. I'm missing my friends that are in South Carolina. But this past Wednesday, so yesterday for me, I spoke about a passage that I want to bring to you this morning out of Philippians that Paul wrote. And one of the things that I see people really struggling with during this time is happiness. And this is what I shared with my students yesterday. And I hope that this finds you, and this speaks to you in a way that will kind of alter your future reality, or at least your future vision of how you see things unfolding in your life and with your family's life. Because one of the quickest ways, to become happy is to choose contentment, and to decide that what you have is okay, and to let that be enough for you right now in your current circumstances. Paul, who wrote the passage that I'm going to read in just a moment, and it just dawned on me not too long ago as I was getting ready for last night and getting ready for this moment with you, is that Paul spent most of his Christian life in isolation, in quarantine. Now, he was in prison under house arrest, but nonetheless, he was by himself, and he produced half of the New Testament almost while he was isolated in quarantine, and he wrote the following words while in quarantine. Now, folks, hear this clearly. He wrote these words while he was under house arrest, in prison, and possibly under the threat of being executed. He wrote these words. This is in Philippians chapter 4 and beginning in verse 12. So New Testament, towards the back half of the Bible, Philippians chapter 4, beginning in verse 12, where Paul writes this: I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. And he ends with this very popular verse that you have probably heard of. I have friends that have this tattooed on their body. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Now, folks, it is one thing for Paul to write those words while sitting at Starbucks drinking a latte with his computer, with his friends around. It is totally different for him to write those words sitting in isolation, sitting in quarantine, sitting in prison, sitting under house arrest, awaiting to be executed. Now, we aren't, and you aren't, as far as I know, sitting under house arrest or waiting to be executed. I hope that that's not you. But the question that I have is what Paul did not struggle with at all. He was content in his situation because he had faith in Jesus and faith in his God. And that is something that is incredible and a message that I need you to hear today. The question is, what about you? Is Jesus enough? For Paul, he was enough. In his circumstance, he was similar to us. You know, we're in isolation. Now, he had different circumstances we talked about, and hopefully you're not under house arrest and waiting execution like he was. But he produced half of the New Testament almost under isolation and focus. He was able to give to God's Spirit in his life to literally change the face of the world through his writing, so that God could speak through him to other people through words. And it's the same for you. You have the opportunity, the same opportunity, to use this to turn your focus from, oh man, I'm stuck at home. I don't like this. I have to do homework at home. I have to do schoolwork at home. It's focus and shift your attention to contentment in God and contentment in Jesus. And is he enough for you right now? Folks, I hope you're doing well. We're going to get through this. We're going to be okay. I encourage you to be an encouragement to each other. Find places where you can help your community, that you can plug into a church if you do not have a church to plug into. Even this morning, I'm posting this on Sunday morning, so if you do not have a church to join, you can join us at deermeadows.org, and you'll see where you can watch our worship experience live right there. And I hope that you are safe. I hope that you're washing your hands. If you want some more of content like this, just click the subscribe button below. We're going to be producing more and more as this unfolds, and even beyond into the future. We're thankful for you. You have a great night, a great day, a great afternoon, wherever you are. Even though we can't be together, we can still be together. Okay. And as this says behind me on the wall, you belong. I hope you have a place that you belong, and if you don't belong anywhere else, you can belong right here with me on Sunday mornings. Thanks. See ya.